Hey, good evening, y'all. It's been a while, hasn't it? Sorry about that. Nonetheless, I'm Donnie. I'd like to invite you to join me for a pipe and a pour. Cheers, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It has been a while, and I apologize for that, but I certainly hope you've got a few minutes to join me here for a pipe and a pour. Plenty to catch up on. But first, because it is getting into spooky season here in October now, it seems like it's finally cooling off some, which is fantastic. I'm thankful for it. So you know I have to bring this one back out. The Savinelli Ottagono Due. This became my, my fall Halloween aromatic pipe last year because it looks spooky. I love it. Nice little paneled with a dark stain, and again that fantastic stem on it that I love. We'll get to what's in it in just a minute. Tonight's pour. You saw it there at the beginning. I am enjoying an Oktoberfest from the good folks at Acre Brewing down in Memphis, Tennessee. 6% alcohol by volume, a Marzen lager, which I think Marzens are the traditional German style lager beer. This has got a really nice kind of medium to full body to it. Very malt forward, which I enjoy. It's funny, I didn't used to like that, but I do now. It's very well balanced. It's not overly sweet, it's not overly bitter, it's very well balanced, and seems to be pairing pretty well, as I'll let it go out. What else is new? With tonight's tobacco of choice, which is one of my fall favorites. And of course, I had to bust it out as we get into October now in the spooky season again. But also because it's hitting shelves again here in the next couple of days. That's right. Warped Scarecrow. I was introduced to this blend a couple of years ago by Wilson over at Spurgeon Piper. And he highly recommended it. And so I was like, well, yeah, let me check that out. It sounds good. So, this is the second crumble cake of the Scarecrow by Warped that I've had. The first one I finished off pretty quickly back when I got it in 22. Had some of this last year. But it is red Virginia Cavendish. I believe there's some orange and red flue-cured Virginias, white and dark burleys. Again, it comes in a crumble cake. It's kind of pressed together. The thing that really I love is the nose on it. Just there in the jar, it smells like candy corn. It just does. It smells like candy corn. Now, fresh out of the tin, 2 years ago now, that flavor, that topping came through a lot more. Now with, it's been in a jar for better part of a year, I would say. I don't get as much of that, tongue punch of flavor, the chocolate, the vanilla, the caramel, sort of. I've seen some people even talk about a caramel apple. But it's still delightful. There is quite a bit of that. And so I don't know if I'm being influenced by my own thought process or the Oktoberfest Marzen lager, but there is, even within the tobacco, sort of a malty, chocolatey thing that comes through. That could be from the white and dark burleys in there. I don't know, but it's enjoyable. And so, rumor has it. Now, they didn't release it last year, and I'll admit I'm a huge fan of Warped. I have several tins of all of their pipe tobacco selections. I used to smoke Warped cigars fairly regularly when I was more of a cigar person than a pipe person. I'm kind of surprised actually that this does not have cigar leaf in it. I would think that it would, and maybe it does. It's just I didn't find it listed as having cigar leaf, but it would make sense that they would. But rumor has it that they are releasing the 2024 version here in the next couple of days. So, if you are inclined to enjoy a rich, complex, spooky kind of blend during the fall Halloween season here, highly recommend it. I know that I will be grabbing some again because I'll finish this off and I'd like to have some more just because I do enjoy it that much. And even though that it's got the spooky Scarecrow on the label, this probably could go all the way into the holidays through Thanksgiving and Christmas just because it has that richness to it. The complexity and the richness that I kind of like this time of year. So there you have it. Scarecrow by Warped, blended by C&D. It is releasing here in a couple of days at your brick and mortar and online retailers, I would imagine. I don't know. I've just seen a few things that it's coming out again soon, and I'm just kind of keeping my eyes peeled because I want some more. You should try and get some too. And it's doing really well with, like I said, this Oktoberfest from Acre. Yeah. So obviously, y'all, it has been a while. Been out of practice on talking to folks about pipes and pours. But since we last spoke, I think last time we got together was after we'd returned back from our beach vacation back at the end of July. And then August hit. One of the things I'm working on in my pipe smoking journey is slowing down the cadence. I will admit that here this summer, most of what I've smoked has been, even though I'm making a conscious effort to slow down, like slow down, slow my heart, slow my breathing, slow my mind, slow down. When I've had a chance to smoke a pipe the last couple of months, freight train him, just because I haven't had a lot of time. So August rolls around. I took on some new responsibilities at work. That's a good thing. That's a blessing. But with increased responsibilities comes increased responsibilities. So it's been a little wild and crazy. And school started back up. The beloved Pipe and a Pour Junior, the daughter, I don't know what we call her, our daughter, is involved in everything now. So back to school. She's got choir and band at school. She's got basketball starting next week, the middle school team. That's going to take up every day of the week. She's doing voice and piano lessons because she loves to sing. She loves to play. She wants to do musical theater. She's in play rehearsals right now for a play that she's going to do in the spring, and that's 2-3 hours a week every week until then. And on top of that, through her music school where she does voice and piano lessons, she got asked to be in a band. It's a junior band. It's a band of kids that varying levels of experience, and they're all learning. But this is super cool. Highlight of the last August and September. Here in town, there's a thing called the Pilgrimage Fest. It's a music festival. It's weekend long, the Pilgrimage. And I've never been before, even though it's here, and this year was their 10-year anniversary. But I've got a ton of friends who've always been, and it's sort of Americana folk music. I mean, there was bluegrass, there was gospel, there was country, there was rock, there was a little bit of everything. There was also my daughter's band. Yeah, they her music school is one of the title sponsors, and so they had a little stage back in the corner in sort of the family friendly kids zone area, and they got to play a couple of songs there as part of the pilgrimage. And so my daughter started telling people. Of course, that was on the heels of Hurricane Helene. It came through here in Middle Tennessee after, just devastating rains over there in North Carolina and East Tennessee. It hung out over us in Middle Tennessee for several days, and so it was a soggy mess, and it was muddy, and it rained for 6 days straight, I think. So they had to change the schedule around. But at one point, our daughter was telling folks at school and friends that she and her band were opening for Dave Matthews because they played on their stage earlier in the afternoon, and then later at night through all the different stages. They've got 4 different stages at the pilgrimage. The main stage, the headliner for Saturday night, was the Dave Matthews Band. So she started telling people that she was opening for Dave Matthews. That didn't quite work out as they got sort of bumped on Saturday's schedule, but then played on Sunday. And she's like, that's fine. I get to open for Noah Kahan instead, which she loves. If you don't know Noah Kahan, he's sort of an indie folk guy. And that's never been really my style of music, but with a daughter who is learning and embracing, and I'm experiencing more and more of genres of music that maybe I wasn't, familiar with or used to. And it's good to keep an open mind on those kind of things. But so after she played, and because she was staff as a musician, she and my wife got VIP access. So they got to go to a little bit of backstage stuff and some VIP areas that me, as just a nobody, didn't get to go to. But she had a blast. It was great. We wore ponchos and got rained on and got mud up to our knees. Got introduced to some some great artists that are new to us. A guy named Steven Wilson Jr. He's a Indiana guy who does sort of I don't know how to just country rockish, rockabilly. I don't know, but he was fantastic. Great live show. If you don't know Steven Wilson Jr., I suggest you go check him out. If that is the kind of music you enjoy. Also got to see Sierra Hull, who is she is a bluegrass musician. She was fantastic, ton of energy. A guy named Miles Smith, who is an English dude, an English bloke, who plays acoustic, kind of indie pop-ish kind of stuff. Really good, really great, catchy tunes. So it was a wonderful experience for us. But yeah, it's been super busy. And so, like I said earlier, having the time to sit down out here, it's been few and far between. I'm way behind on y'all's videos, and I apologize for that. Just have not been able to dedicate a lot of time to sit down and be still. What else is new, huh? And of course, now we get into busy season, right? So, one of the things I want to do, and if you're still with me, thank you for being here. But one of the things I want to do is I get back into more regular rotation here by being mindful to carve out time and set something my wife and I've talked about, that we need to, she's at the gym right now because she carved out time to go exercise. I'm carving out time to come sit down and smoke a pipe, have a beer, and talk to you guys, and maybe catch up on a few videos while I'm sitting here. But one of the things I want to do over the next couple of weeks is kind of go through my top fall favorites. A lot of the usual suspects that I think probably in most people's lists, but I've got some that I've been thinking about and that I've been enjoying here the last several weeks, kind of looking forward to true fall. So excited to share all that with you. Again, I will tell you that if you're able to go out and get some Scarecrow by Warped when it releases here in the next couple of days again. Highly recommend it. As far as aromatics go, it's not a aromatic. I'm not getting any bite. Now, granted, I'm not smoking it now because I let it go out again. But I've actually smoked probably half the bowl before I ever started the chat with you guys. But yeah, burns nice and cool, and I'm getting no bite. The tobacco is the star, not the topping. And it's very well done. So, with that said, go get you some of that. I think you'll like it. I know I do. Until we can get together again for a pipe and a pour. Y'all take care. Cheers.